she lied. Listen, the whole story seemed frivolous from the get-go. But now we have... All right. Accuser drops rape lawsuit against Jay Z and Sean Combs. A lawsuit against Sean Diddy Combs and Jay Z, which alleged the rape of a 13-year-old girl in 2000, has been dismissed, according to a legal filing submitted on Friday in New York. The attorney representing the anonymous plaintiff, referred to as Jendo, voluntarily withdrew the case, court records show. The filing was submitted by lawyer Tony Busby, who is representing dozens of plaintiffs in lawsuits alleging sexual misconduct by Combs, like hundreds of people. The filing states that the plaintiff hereby gives notice that the action is voluntarily dismissed with prejudice. Because of the dismissal with prejudice, this lawsuit cannot again be refiled in its current form. Roc Nation, the entertainment company founded by Jay Z, whose legal name is Sean Carter, issued a statement signed by him referring to the dismissal as a victory. The frivolous, fictitious, and appalling allegations have been dismissed, he wrote. The civil suit was without merit and never going anywhere. The fictional tale that they created was laughable, if not for the seriousness of the claims. The trauma that my wife, my children, loved ones, and I have endured can never be dismissed, said the rapper, who's married to Beyonce. He continued, the courts must protect the innocent from being accused without a shred of evidence. May the truth prevail for all victims of those falsely accused equally. Jay-Z's attorney, Alex Shapiro, emphasized in a separate statement that the case never should have been brought. By standing up in the face of heinous and false allegations, Jay-Z has done what few can. He pushed back. He never settled. He never paid one red penny. He triumphed and cleared his name. Jendo initially filed the lawsuit against Combs in October before adding Jay-Z's name in December. She alleged that both men assaulted her in 2000 after the MTV Music Award after party. Etc., 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 etc. All right, listen. Two things. The first thing that I found interesting when these lies about Jay-Z were filed in court is that Black people were so happy to see one of the greats have a lawsuit. It feels like people are so jealous of Jay-Z's and Beyonce's success that a lot of people are like, yeah, they're Illuminati, yeah, finally. I was like, wait a minute. Can't you see that this is BS? And first of all, who accused people using Jendo? Meaning that anybody, you can go anonymously, you can go and accuse somebody of something horrible, like a rape, and then not have proof, and Yeah, you can ruin somebody's career, ruin somebody's businesses. If the person was not as powerful as Jay Z, he would have lost deals, sponsors, etc., etc. And what about your kids? What it does to your kids? And all of you were happy because all of you are a bunch of haters. That was the first thing that struck me. The second thing is, this lawyer, that's what he does. Because listen, in the PDD orgy, there was a bunch of celebrities, a bunch of other singers, men and women. There was a bunch of actors, men and women. There was a lot of rich people from, all walks of life. He was not there doing this thing by himself, him and his prostitutes. That was him, a bunch of singers, a bunch of celebrities, actors, business people, people from the music industry, etc., plus prostitutes. I know because I know some of these prostitutes. Some of my friends, strippers, they were there and they told me how it was because they were there dancing and everybody around was fucking. And this is not a crime. So, a lot of people, if let's say your name is, let me not say a name of anybody. All right, listen. Let's say your name is Kaysha. You're a famous singer and you're a millionaire. And somebody come and say, hey, listen, I have somebody that is naming you in a lawsuit. And she said that in the Diddy orgy, blah, 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 blah. You were there. They saw you. And you fucked them. They didn't like it or whatever. They were something. If you want your name to not be in the conversation, the person accepts for you to give them $100,000. And even if you are not guilty, just because you know that if you are associated in this story, it's gonna cost you way more than 100,000. Because you're gonna lose shows, you're gonna lose sponsors, you're gonna lose XYZ. It's kind of better to pay 100K so that hush hush, nobody talks about you. And guys like this lawyer, Tony Bugsby, that's what they do. They find people that are not victims and they say, hey, were you at this orgy? Oh, yeah, I was there as a stripper. Did you have sex with anybody? No, not really. All right, listen, let's create a story and we're gonna find some celebrities that were there and we're gonna send them letters and we're gonna see if we can attack them in civil. So civil court is not something where the person that you attack will go to prison. It's just that they have to give you money. So it's something about money. It's not something about putting people in jail. It's the same thing with the Cassie case with Diddy. It was not about putting him in jail. It was about getting her money. So the problem right now is that lawyers like this guy, Tony Bugsby, are abusing the system and abusing real victims by using their stories to forge fake stories. And gladly people like Jay Z are able to protect themselves. But if you don't have the money, you don't have the lawyers, you might not be able to protect them yourself. And that's the issue here. There's a lot of people right now, left and right, in France and where you have stories of people just accusing you of shit. And soon as they accuse you, media don't wait for the truth. Nobody waits for whatever to happen. Social media goes crazy. The cancel culture are like, yeah, this bastard, we want him to be removed from everywhere. So you cannot act anymore. You cannot do shows anymore. You can do nothing. You're not invited in the TV anymore. You are canceled. So you are judged by the court of public opinion because of what you are accused of is heinous. The problem is you don't even have time now to say, hello? I think I'm innocent. They don't care because it's not anymore innocent until proven guilty. It's now somebody accuses you, so you're guilty. And usually, once you are found innocent, the media has nothing to say. They shut up. They're already to the next story. And it is great that the Johnny Depp case happened to show you that, yeah, people who pretend that they are victims, they lie too. Some of them, even if it's 1% or 1,000th that are liars, you don't want to be a victim of the liars. So because of these 1%, when somebody gets accused of something, we have to be careful. And in the world of social media, where everybody is waiting for you to fall, these are important lessons. And especially, listen, I never want this to happen to me. But I'm gonna tell you one thing. If I was Jay Z, I'm not. If I had the money that Jay Z has, if I had the lawyers that Jay Z has, number one thing I do, I go back and watch with my lawyers. I have people that I will pay to go and watch every TV show, every YouTube channel, everywhere where people were accusing me before knowing if I was innocent or not. And I'm gonna make everybody pay. Everybody. I want people to lose their YouTube channels. I want people to be fired from their TV shows. I want their channels to pay me lots of money. Number two, the lawyer that did that, I'm going to sue you. I'm going to make sure that you cannot that you cannot work as a lawyer anymore. I'm going to be on you until you have to pay me millions of dollars. And listen, this same lawyer has 150 people. He said he has like 50% men and 50% women that all have to do with the Diddy claim, and all of them pretend that they've been raped by Diddy, etc., etc. You just remove 50% to 100% credibility to all these people just because now we see how you operate. And I think Diddy said it himself. He said, you see, there's a bunch of liars in this thing. There's a bunch of people who pretend that they have been forced, where no, they were sex workers. They were paid to do it. And now they pretend they are victims. Now Diddy and his lawyers are going to use this because these type of lawyers who are predators. And the most horrible part is in this world, you have tons of real victims. And those people, it's going to be harder for them to tell their stories because of the liars. And that's disgusting. But me personally, The one that I'm disgusted the most of were all the haters in the comments. Happy to see a family be torn apart. And I hope you all get your karma. Whoa. That thing was hard to open. Lord. So what you think? It is what it is.